Good day, this is Mel Jones, your motivational philosopher. On this video, we're going to talk about wealth creation. Now, when we talk about wealth, we're not talking about riches. We're not talking about income. We're talking about building a whole lot of money that'll outlast you and outlast generation upon generation upon generations. And before we even talk about how do you do that, we're going to first talk about your why. What are your reasonings for even building wealth in the first place? Because a lot of people don't have that why. And it takes a lot of motivation, a lot of perseverance in order to build that type of wealth to leave behind. So the three reasons why. The first one being your family, the most obvious. Talking about your kids, we're talking about your spouse, your significant other. We're talking about even your extended family. All right, now we already know we love them, but we don't just love them, we want them to be protected, right? And if you don't have any money, you can't protect them. And if you don't have any wealth, you cannot protect them when there's a bad storm, when there's bad times, when there's emergencies. You can't protect them if they don't have a wealth or wealth instruments there to catch them. You understand? The next part of the reasoning, we'll talk about community. Now, for your community, if you don't have a strong community, how can you expect your family to stay protected? Because your family lives in that community. Right? And the wealth you leave behind to your community is in two ways. It's the actual things that you donate, the actual money or the money instruments that you leave behind, and I should say, it's the knowledge, it's the wisdom that you leave behind. And if you can build wealth, you can teach it. You see what I'm saying? And the last part, and probably the most important part of your reasons, is your legacy. What legacy we leave behind? Because when you die, they're going to read something about you. And if there's nothing to read about you, then there's something they can learn from you. So you want them to read something that goes like, here's a lot of money, first of all, right? But you also want them to read like, here's a lot of steps to being successful, to making a lot of money, but most importantly, to building wealth so that you can leave that behind. Why? So that we have something to build upon. You understand? So now that we got our reasonings, let's go into how do we build wealth. The first and most common way to build wealth is investments. Investing. Right? We're investing in real estate. We're investing. I'm talking about land. I'm talking about housing. I'm talking about residential. I'm talking about commercial. I'm talking about all that. We're talking about investing in stocks and bonds, right? And I'm actually even talking about investing in the knowledge, investing in the courses for you to learn how to use these instruments to the best of your ability. You understand? The next part is sales. People don't really talk about sales too much, okay? In fact, when you talk about sales, people want to run away. It is sales, selling a service, selling a product, selling something. Because if you just have a job, you can make money. But it's really hard to build wealth unless you're a doctor, and you still got to be a really successful doctor. You be a lawyer, you got to really be a successful lawyer. How do you be a successful lawyer? You got to be able to sell yourself to a lot of big-end clients or a lot of small-end clients. Whatever you do, you got to sell. You understand? So salesmanship, okay? And then the last one is entrepreneurship. Yeah, you got to build a business. All right, now you don't have to necessarily build a business to build wealth, but that's one of the most common ways and probably the easiest ways if you are a successful entrepreneur. Why? Because you can make as much money as you want to make, but guess what? You also got to sell when you're an entrepreneur. And then when you make that money, what do you got to do? You got to invest it in something. And you might have to invest it in your own company. And I'm not just talking about investing it right back into the same building that you're already in. I'm talking about investing in a franchise. I'm talking about investing in more spots. I'm talking about investing in expansion. You understand? Those are the three ways. Those are the three reasons why family, community, legacy, you should build wealth. And those are the three avenues to build wealth. Investing, sales, and entrepreneurship. Look, I'm going to catch you on the next episode, the next video on these 27 MP courses. We're going to get better each and every single time. And I'll see you on the other side of greatness.